Kick those bad boys on. It is time again for the best show about racing and all broadcasting right here on Iowa's favorite country, K97, of course. It is the on-the-go lock and key last lap show. Good evening, everyone. Didn't have a show last week because, well, we were celebrating our 4th of July on the 5th. Actually, as a company, it was a holiday for us, so we took that night off from talking about racing. But we're back at it tonight for another go-around around on the track of the broadcast realm, of course, and talking about racing. And not a lot to talk about racing-wise because Mother Nature decided, you haven't had rain enough. I'm going to go ahead and just give it to you all weekend long, and I'm going to cancel a lot of your events you had planned. And that's exactly what you did. Most of our tracks that we would normally talk about results-wise pretty much got rained out over the weekend. But I'm going to, in just a couple of seconds here, tell you about, of course, what's coming up with those tracks, their next events, and things like that. So hang with me right here on our airwaves of Iowa's favorite country, K97, on all of our audio streams, which include, of course, our website, yourforddodge.com, the free iHeartRadio app, the free TuneIn Radio app, the free Odyssey Radio app, which is radio.com, and, of course, right here on our video stream. If you go to our Facebook pages, either one, Iowa's favorite country, K97 on Facebook, or my Darren on Air Facebook page, there we are, live in living color, not pretty color, but living color. And you'll get to see what's going on the last lap show tonight. Of course, a very special guest tonight is one of the most popular drivers on any track that he decides to race on, the number 76 Leighton model driver, Hollywood. Jason HAHNE going to be on with us in just a little bit, so you make sure you stick around for that and have some fun with us. Again, a lot of the tracks got rained out over the weekend, so, it's one of those weekends where not much you can do. It was pretty much soggy. I know I broadcast from the Calhoun County Expo on Friday evening, and the rain stopped just in time to get the right rodeo show in and the fireworks, and then Casey Musicman put on a show concert-wise when that was all said and done. Saturday, my colleague Mason, he was there broadcasting for our sister station, 92 Rock, and they couldn't get the figure eights in Saturday night. They tried to postpone them to Sunday. Track was still too wet and couldn't get those in, so again, Mother Nature just said, this is the weekend. I'm going to give you a lot of rain. And we can use it. Don't get me wrong. We needed it. We can use more. There's no question about it. It's just kind of a little disappointing when it happens during race time, right? And especially fair time. That's without a doubt. Anyway, I'm going to tell you what's coming up with our area tracks here in just a little bit, the ones that we talk about. I do want to say a very special thank you to our sponsors who make the On-the-Go Lock and Key Last Lap Show a possibility every week, starting with the title sponsor. That is On-the-Go Lock and Key, my good friend Mitch. Got a heck of a business there. If there's anything you need key-wise, fobs, standard keys, the whole works, that is the dude to get a hold of. You see his little truck pictured in our logo there. That's his office, actually. That's what he drives around in, and that's why he's on the go lock and key. So make sure you get a hold of Mitch for anything you may need. Also, Stumpy's Bar and Grill in Duncombe. I already told Stumpy I'm stopping to get a cheeseburger on the way home, so better have that bad boy ready, hot and delicious like he always does. Coming up when I get done here and head out back to Webster City where I live. Also, Stumpy's Party Buses. Can't forget those, man. This is the time you want a party bus to get out, take you to your events, and have a great time. And, of course, the original Snow and Mow, Stump Snow and Mow right here in Fort Dodge. Not to mention our track sponsors, the historic Hamilton County Speedway. Big thank you to them. Poplar Grove Speedway in Camrar, another fabulous sponsor of ours. Big thanks to Tim and Holly Mortensen there and their crew. Sports Park Raceway right here in Fort Dodge as well. Jeff and Brian and their team making everything just fabulous for us right here in Fort Dodge. And the Webster County Fairgrounds, and they're going to be even more into play as we get into this week because the Webster County Fair starting this week as well. So big thanks to Webster County Fairgrounds, one of our track sponsors as well. Big thank you to all of our sponsors. They're the ones that make our show possible, just like for drivers. Of course, their sponsors are the ones that help get their cars on the track and keep them on the track. And these guys, well, each and every one of these folks, they're the ones who get us on the broadcast track and keep us here every single week. So big, big thank you to them. Tonight, when you're on our video stream, which I know I'm going to take my headphones off for just a second because I had to put the readers on. You know, it's an age thing, so I can see what I'm reading. And I want to read something incorrectly by any means. I know as I speak enough incorrectly, I don't need to read something incorrectly. Anyway, tonight when you're on our video stream right now, again, go to our first Facebook page, Iowa's Favorite Country, K97 on Facebook, or my Darren on Air Facebook page. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to comment for me since we are in the fair season now, without a doubt. You know, we've had some great fairs. The Calhoun County Expo, the Wright County Fair is wrapping up. I think wrapped up on Sunday, I should say. We've got Starting this week, we've got the Franklin County Fair. We've got Humboldt County Fair next week. We've got Hamilton County Fair in a couple of weeks. Of course, Webster County Fair starts this week as well. A lot of great things happening at the fairs. And let's not forget the State Fair going to be kicking off in August like it does. So good to have fairs back again, isn't it? Well, here's what I want you to comment tonight, okay? I want you to comment on our video stream and on our Facebook pages. Again, Iowa's Favorite Country, K97 on Facebook, or my Darren on Air Facebook page. Racing aside, because I'm going to assume most race fans are going to say, well, I like the racing, of course, be it figure eights, be it just round track, whatever it may be, or oval track, I should say, whatever it may be. I want you to comment for me, what is your favorite thing about the fair? Be it any fair, your favorite county fair, the state fair, whichever fair or fairs you go to. What is your favorite thing? Is it the exhibits? Is it the rides, the carnival, of course, you know, the midway? Is it the food? Is it what is your favorite part about a fair? Here's what we're playing for tonight. This is a big prize right here. Now, I'm not messing around tonight because we're talking about fairs. As I mentioned, starting is the Franklin County Fair in Hampton. Well, they've got one amazing fair going on this entire week. And what I've got is a pair of pop passes. Now, that's pay one prize pass. These two tickets get you into every single grandstand and major event going on at the Franklin County Fair in Hampton. And they've got 5 major events going on, starting with the Hewer Rodeo Company on Wednesday night. So you get to see some rodeo action if you want to go to that. Thursday is Dial Action Sports Team. That's going to be like things with, of course, motocross and things like that. Then on Friday, my friend Trace Atkins is going to be performing. It'll be neat to see Trace again. Such a great guy. Then on Saturday, my friend Riley Green going to be performing. Riley, another great guy, and be good to see him again. And then on Sunday, well, you want some racing. Gunderson Racing, figure eight, cruisers, and car races going on Sunday. So these two passes right here that I hold in my hand, if you're watching on the video here, you can cover my ugly face with them. These two passes right here, these get you into all 5 of the events going on at the grandstand at the Franklin County Fair. Now, you don't have to go to all 5 if you don't want to. Maybe you don't have time, whatever it may be. But if you want to go see some great rodeo action, you can do that. You want to go see some great action sports, you can do that. You want to go see Trace Atkins, you can do that. You want to go see Riley Green, you can do that. You want to go see some figure eight races, you can do that. Any one of those or all of those. These pay one prize passes get you into everything. So what I need you to do is comment, what is your favorite thing about the fair? Racing aside, what is your favorite thing about the fair? And as I do at the end of the show, randomly, we're going to select a winner, and the winner is going to get these 2 pop passes, these 2 pay one prize passes for the Franklin County Fair. Man, that's a big prize, because that's some big time entertainment going on right there at the grandstand at the Franklin County Fair in Hampton. So big thank you to them, by the way, for passing these on to us and making these a possibility for you. That's a great, great prize. Man, just getting to see Trace Atkins alone or Riley Green alone, that's a huge one in and of itself. You throw those in together and then throw in all the other events as well. Big deal. Let's go ahead and comment. Racing aside, what is your favorite part about a fair? Again, it could be anything. Exhibits, food, mingling with people, walking around, people watching, whatever it may be. It could be in any one of those. Go ahead and comment. I'm going to, again, randomly select a winner at the end of this show. Well, let me go ahead and run down what's coming up with some of our area tracks, because, again, all the ones that we normally talk about pretty much got rained out over the weekend. I'm not sure that Poplar Grove did, but I don't have any results for them. I looked, and I could not find any. All I could find was what was coming up. So, Tim and Holly, if you guys had racing on Sunday, I don't have your results. I apologize for that, but I do have what's coming up with your next event. I'll get to that in just a minute. Let's start off with Sports Park Raceway here in Fort Dodge. Their next event is going to be on Friday, the 16th. That's this Friday. Now, it's the Summit USRA Weekly Racing Series. Adigan Hobbs night at the races. Kids night, $5 fan appreciation night as well. This is for Sports Park Raceway here in Fort Dodge. Payouts are going to be $1,500 to win for the modifieds, $1,500 to win for the stock cars, $1,500 to win for the B-mods, $1,500 to win for the hobby stocks, and $750 to win for the tuners. So big purses going on there, again, with Sports Park Raceway this Friday night. Pits open at 5 o'clock, hot laps at 7:05, and then, of course, racing takes off right after that. So you make sure you make plans to attend this Friday night. Sports Park Raceway, again, $5 fan appreciation night. Make sure you get yourself there. Next event for the Hamilton County Speedway this Saturday. Of course, it's Salute to the Troops night presented by Casey's. Of course, we should always salute our troops and say a big thank you to each and every one of our military people and our veterans as well on a daily basis, on a regular basis. This is a great way for, as a speedway, as a track, to do that. So kudos to Todd and Janet Staley and their entire team for doing this night as well. Salute to the troops night, again, presented by Casey's. Pits open at 4 o'clock. Spectator gates open at 5 o'clock. Drivers meeting at 6:45. Hot laps at 7. And racing will hit the dirt at 7:30 coming up at the Hamilton County Speedway this Saturday night. Tickets are $15 for adults. Seniors 62 to 12, or excuse me, 62 plus are $12. Juniors 12 to 16 are $12, and kids 11 and under are free. Pit pass is $35. Youth 6 to 10, $25 for the pits, and kids 5 and under are free to the pits. This is $1,000 to win to the class with the most cars. So obviously, whatever class ends up having the most cars, be it late models or mods or stocks or whatever it may be, that's $1,000 to win for that class that has the most cars show up for racing on Saturday night. And if you are an active or retired military, you will receive admission free with your military ID. So if you are a veteran or you're in the active military, bring your military ID to the Hamilton County Speedway Saturday night, because you're going to get in to watch the great action absolutely free. That's why it's Salute to the Troops night. And again, event times are pits open at 4, gates at 5, hot lap 7, racing at 7:30. So make sure you get to the historic Hamilton County Speedway in Webster City on Saturday and salute our troops. And then on Poplar Grove Speedway, their next event is coming up Saturday, July 24th. Now, that's a couple weeks down the road. It's the 14th Annual Clone National and 1st Annual Wing Nationals as well. All classes are going to be involved. Event times for that. Pits open at 11. Gates open at 11 as well. So make sure you get there. Mark that on your calendar. It is Saturday, July 24th. Again, the 14th Annual Clone National and 1st Annual Wing Nationals at the Poplar Grove Speedway in Camrar. So check that out. You're going to love Poplar Grove Speedway if you've never been there. Again, Tim and Holly Mortensen just do a phenomenal job. So good at what they do. That's why they've had nationals of all kinds and classes so many times, because it is such a fantastic track. And Tim and Holly and their team do just an amazing job with that in Camrar. So make sure you stop and enjoy some go-kart racing at Poplar Grove Speedway in Camera as well. Well, again, what is your favorite part of the fair? I got a couple of pop passes to the Franklin County Fair on the line. In case you didn't catch what I'm giving away, this is it right here. 2 pop passes. These are 2 pay-1 prize passes. These 2 bad boys or bad girls, whoever wins them, get you into any or all of the grandstand events at the Franklin County Fair in Hampton, starting with this Wednesday, July the 14th. And I'll run down again what the events are, because this is a huge lineup of things going on at the Franklin County Fair. Starting with the 14th, which is Wednesday, they've got the Hewer Rodeo Company, so great rodeo action going on. On Thursday, July 15th, Dialed Action Sports Team. It's a lot of things with motocross and many other things as well. Friday, July 16th, Trace Adkins is going to be performing. A heck of a show like Trace does, and he's just a neat guy all the way around. You're going to love his show. And then on Saturday, the 17th, Riley Green. Riley also does a fantastic job. He was just at Crash My Crater a couple of years ago. Such a neat guy and great artist, to say the least. And then on Sunday, July the 18th, Figure Eights, Gunderson Racing Figure Eights and Cruiser Car Races as well. So again, randomly selected at the end of the on-the-go lock and key last lap show tonight is going to be a winner of these 2 pop passes. You can go to any one or all 5 of these grandstand events at the Franklin County Fair in Hampton. Believe me, it's going to be worth it. This will give you something to do every single night, starting Wednesday through the weekend, and great things to do as well. You're going to want to definitely be a part of as much of those as you possibly can at the Franklin County Fair in Hampton. And again, a big thank you to the great folks at the Franklin County Fair for giving us these tickets to pass on to you. What a great prize that is. Huge, to say the very least. And all I want you to do is comment, racing aside, what is your favorite part of the fair? Racing aside, what is your favorite part of the fair? Any fair. Your favorite county fair, the state fair, whatever it may be. Racing aside, what is your favorite part of the fair? Charles, hey, good evening to you, my friend. Thanks for being on with us here on the On-the-Go Lock and Key Last Lap show. Hello, Kitty. How you doing this evening in your area? Mini donuts. There you go. See? That's what I'm talking about. It could be anything at the fair. Anything. Mini donuts. Doggone right. Kevin says corn dogs. Oh, see, now this is going to get me hungry. This is going to get me real hungry. I'm already, around that supper time, as we all are. And I'm already thinking food, which I do quite often, but I'm already thinking food, right? And I know there's going to be a lot of comments about food, fair food, because that is some of the best. I can't wait. I had a chance to broadcast, as I said, at the Calhoun County Expo on Friday. I was going to have my traditional walking taco there when I was done. Brandon Anderson, great guy, one of the Fair Board Expo board members. He gave me some of his mother's homemade enchiladas, and oh my goodness, were they incredible to say the least. So I got to enjoy that at the Calhoun County Expo on Friday, but I got to enjoy some great food at the Wright County Fair when I broadcast there last week. I get a broadcast a couple of times at the Webster County Fair this week, and don't think I'm not going to take part in some of the fabulous fair food there as well. So y'all's going to get me hungry is what's going to happen here. Linda says animals. Hey, absolutely. Taking the kids out to see animals, taking yourself out to see the animals at the fair. Always neat. Somebody else, Zach, says livestock shows. You bet. A lot of people put a lot of hard work into the livestock they raise, obviously, and to show them and let people look at how beautiful their animals are. Absolutely. Skylar says funnel cake. There you go, my man. Absolutely. Got to love funnel cake. Holly Mortensen. Oh, you were rained out last week. Okay. Well, that would explain, Holly, why I couldn't find the results. I didn't realize that you actually got officially rained out. So sorry about that. That's Mother Nature. That's what it's all about, Mother Nature. But Poplar Grove Speedway will be back at it, as I said, on the 24th of July. Angie says concerts and derbies. Oh, both. Why not, right? Demolition derbies, great concerts. Like is coming up at the Franklin County Fair. Breezy says the adrenaline rush from the rides and the food, definitely. You got to love the rides. Now, see, we were just talking about this here this morning. Our director of sales, Chris Ball, and one of our great sales team, Kim Wenzel, and myself, were talking about how we grew up on rides, man. We grew up going to the fair. We had no fear whatsoever about climbing on any ride, and it didn't matter what it was. My favorite was the Rocco planes growing up. You remember the Rocco planes? I used to love those. Get in the cage, and you just, make a tip. And then you're like upside down going around like a Ferris. Anyway, I could digress on that forever. But we were talking about that. Now at our age, though, a little more hesitancy about getting on those rides, but still the adrenaline rush, to say the very least. Cindy says 4-H exhibits. Absolutely. They work hard on those. Great to show those off. Rick says the best part of the fairs race is Rick, we went to school together. I know you got educated. I said from the very beginning, races aside. Had to throw it at you, my brother. Had to throw it at you. Norman Lee says everything. Why not? Fairs are great all the way around. Rick said, there you go, Rick. Demolition Derby. Okay, that's my boy. Corey says the sights and sounds. See, there you go. Could be anything. And the sights are beautiful at fairs, man, especially at night. Those lit up things on the midway. And, oh, yeah, just cool as can be, right? Brings back a lot of memories. Belgian horses, says Janice. So that's absolutely, the Belgians are beautiful, beautiful animals, to say the very least. So, again, keep commenting through the rest of the on-the-go lock and key last lap show. What is your favorite part of the carnival, of the fair? What is it? Could be anything. Racing aside, of course, Rick, again, racing aside, what is your favorite part of the fair, your favorite county fair, the state fair, whatever it may be? Going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to bring in Hollywood. That's right, number 76, late model driver, Mr. Jason HAHNE. Haven't had Jason on for a couple of years. It'd be good. I haven't seen him since I think a little over a year ago because of COVID. It'd be good to talk to Jason again, and that's exactly what we're going to do in just a couple of minutes right here on the on-the-go lock and key last lap show. Is only on Iowa's favorite country, K97. You stay right where you are.
don't listen to anything else.
Oh, geez, that's a lot of me.
Oh, yes, it is 25 before the top of the hour. We are at beautiful 78 degrees right now in Fort Dodge and pretty much all around Central Iowa. Why? Because we had a great day going on weather-wise, temperature-wise. It's been very nice. Now, again, as you know, a lot of the speedways and tracks got rained out over the weekend. However, we still had some great fair fun and other things going on over the weekend as well. We got a lot of great things planned with the other fairs and with races and the whole works for this week. So get out and enjoy. As I've been saying all of late spring and all summer long, we didn't have this last year. You know that. We can have things as simple as going to our favorite restaurant, going to a movie, going to a race, taken from us like it was last year. So don't let that ever become something that is taken for granted again. This summer, get out and enjoy as much as your time and your pocketbook will allow, and enjoy it. And, even when it comes to the pocketbook, when it comes to fairs, a lot of the funnest stuff at the fairs are absolutely free. So get out and enjoy those. Have some memories made with the families as well. Anyway, it is time to bring in our highlighted man. He is used to being highlighted because he's seen a lot of checkered flags. He's also one of the most popular drivers at any track that he decides to jump on. And he has got the nickname Hollywood because he's just cool. That's what it comes down to. Driver of the number 76 late model, Jason HAHNE, joining me. Jason, what's up, my man?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for being on the show again tonight. I haven't talked to you in quite a while.
No, thanks for having us. We've been, last year was kind of crazy. And this year I talked to your daughter earlier about being on it. And we were kind of in a middle of a 6-race swing there in 2 weeks. And it just didn't work out good for us. But this tonight works out great.
You know, I think the last time you and I actually talked, I was setting you up with Joe Denham down in Nashville for duck calls or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, turkey slate for my brother. I don't know if Joe got that yet or not. If he hasn't, we'll get him hooked up. But he sent me some stuff. I got a T-shirt and a CD, and yeah, I follow him on a couple of social media platforms now, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, no, wait a minute. He didn't sign the T-shirt and the CD, did he?
I think he signed the CD.
Oh, no, man. See, the value goes down. And he's the only guy I know that if when he signs his own merchandise, it takes the value down. So it's just that kind of guy. Hey, he's going to be performing with Jason Brown July 31st right here in Fort Dodge, right? Frenzy Fest.
I did see that. If
you're not racing, it's a Saturday night, I know, but if you're not racing, you and Kelly bring Ella over and just have a great time. It's going to be a show like you're never going to forget, Jason, and you're probably going to go, man, I wish I could forget this thing. I mean, just one of those. But hey, brother, let's talk about the important things of life. First off, Ella. Is she still got Paw Patrol? Is she still into that? Is that what's on the car?
No, we don't have any Paw Patrol in the car. Actually, I think she's left it alone this year so far. I don't know if I have anything of hers on there, but this last week's been a very busy week at the HAHNE house. We had Ella's birthday was July 6th. Right. So it was on last Tuesday, and we went racing that night. And then my wife's birthday was Saturday, July 10th. Right. So it's a very busy week for me in our house, and everybody had fun. And it was nice to have birthday parties and get to celebrate and get to go racing too. So we had a good week.
Absolutely. It sounds like it. I saw, posting Kelly's birthday and Ella's, of course. And yeah, it looks like everybody's having a great time, staying safe. And it looks like you guys are enjoying like so many of us are getting out again, man. Last year, I know we did have some racing, and you could go race a little bit last year, but boy, not like this year. Things are cracked wide open again. We've got everything happening: concerts, events, fairs, the whole works. Dude, that's got to feel good for you as a driver like you are that loves to get out so much as you can and as much as you possibly can through the season, to be able to do that and not have to worry about, okay, I'm going to have to limit going to this track and not go to this track. I'll just have to go to this one, that kind of thing. So
yeah, it's been good. We've already been to a car show down at Carl Chevrolet here and got to meet the fans and the kids and do all that. So it's already been good. We did get a lot of racing in last year and had a really good year, but this year it's just nice making sure the fans are there to start with right off the gate, and and everything's open. You don't have to really worry about as much. So it's been good.
Let's talk about that 6-race swing you were just mentioning, Jason, because that's a lot of racing in just a few days. Now, where were you racing at, and were you just on the road quite a bit?
Yeah, so we were on the road a bunch. We started off in Eldon, Iowa, and raced at Eldon on a Thursday. And then we actually had to go back to Des Moines, and we were in third and broke and had to go back to Ankeny and do some work on the car, and then drove back to Davenport and raced on Friday. and finished third. And then we came all the way back to Webster and raced at Webster. And then the following week we were at West Union, Cresco, and then Independence ended up raining out. But that was our 6 nights there in 2 weeks. And then before that I think we had 2 nights too. I think we were at Davenport and West Burlington the week before.
Dude, you're taking full advantage of things being wide open again, and that's good. I mean, I'm not knocking you slightest. That is way good. You have another what's called another tour like that planned coming up anytime soon?
Yeah, we're following the SLMR series. We're doing the East part of it basically. So we're going to catch a couple of the West shows at the end of this month after we race at Webster for a few weeks. We'll go to I think we're going to go to Adams County and Corning, and then go to Stewart. Then after that, we pick back up the East, and I think we go to Columbus Junction, Maquoketa, West Liberty. We end up at Dubuque. Davenport again. So we'll get going again pretty good.
Dude, you're going to need, and maybe you are, I don't know, but you're going to need to start collecting like a little race speedway stickers or something from each of the places you go to, and stick them up on the wall of your trailer, because you are all over the place, man.
Yeah, we've got to do a lot. We end up in Nebraska at the end of the year. West Liberty and places like that still. Hopefully the Knoxville deal happens in September, and we'll be in Farley for the Yankee. That series just gets us around to a lot of different tracks. It's a really good series. We race against some of the best guys in the Midwest, so it's really been making us better and helping us learn our new car we got and figure everything out. It is hard, but we've been running really well, so it makes it fun,
Boy, dude, that's good to hear that you're just out and about as much as you are too, because again, as you know, better than I do, even because of last year, the simplest things we were not allowed to do. And,
right.
Now that we've got that opportunity again, man, I hope nobody, including myself, I'm preaching to myself more than anybody, takes that for granted, because it can happen. It can be taken from us again in a heartbeat. And it did happen quickly. I mean, March of last year, it hit, and, by mid-March, everything was gone. Everything was closed. So let's get into what's coming up, though, in the next couple of weeks for you, Jason, because you started in Hamilton County Speedway. That's your home track. Obviously, you live in Webster City, you and the family. It's fair time at the Hamilton County Fair. And, man, I don't know. If it were me, I would think driving in front of my home fans at the fair, where the crowds are enormous, has got to be one of the biggest adrenaline rushes of your racing season.
Yeah, it's definitely something we get amped up for. We always like racing for big crowds in the fair. The fair seems to bring everybody out, and it fills the grandstands, and it's pretty neat to do. Actually, this weekend, and I was listening to you talk, and it also makes me happy that we have Poplar Grove and Fort Dodge and the Hamilton County Speedway all doing really big things and good things for the sport of racing right in our area, and that's very cool to see. I like to see what Fort Dodge is doing this week. They got a nice deal going for all the fans and the kids, and just like Webster City this Saturday with the Salute the Troops night, we're gonna do something kind of unique and different on our car, a wrap to help with the Hamilton County peace officers, and also working with Pepsi of Fort Dodge, and we just are gonna do something a little different and neat, and then auction off the door and quarter panel for the family, and our car will be on display at the golf outing in the morning too. So it's just it's nice. It's nice to give back when you can and have people ask you to do it, and we're more than happy to do it. Right now, Woody's up front working on the car, and Jake's been building the body for it, and Burke's been putting the wrap together. I think he's printing it right now. So I mean, it goes back to a lot of things. I got really good help and people behind me, but I'm just glad that the racetracks around here are doing things like they're doing to keep everybody involved. It's really neat what they're doing, and supporting like the peace officers and Salute the Troops, because those are the people that protect us, the men and women, so we could be free and enjoy the lives and liberties that we have and go racing. So it's I'm happy to do it. It'll be kind of exciting and be fun. Yeah, and then the fair kicks off next week with races Wednesday and the following Saturday, and then the Derby, and it's just it's a cool week for Hamilton County. A lot of people involved, a lot of people in Webster City, brings a lot of people in, and we'll be excited and ready for it.
And if the fair races and so forth and all the other events going on at the Hamilton County Speedway, and of course I was just talking about where I'm giving away tonight a couple of pop passes to the Franklin County Fair as well, where they've got some racing going on Sunday, and all kinds of other great things as well. Trace Adkins going to be there, Riley Green going to be there, and on and on. But if the trend continues, like I've been to a lot of events already this year. I've got the privilege and pleasure to have emceed a few of them and just had a great time. But if the trend continues, dude, I'm telling you, the crowds are just enormous. Everybody is so anxious to get out, and I think everybody is looking at it like I've been saying about, hey, this could be taken from us. So we're going to enjoy it now, just in case for some reason it's taken from us again.
Right. I think it's going to be a big year. Without having the fair last year, I think the crowds are going to be big. People are excited to do that and show the animals and be around. The few fairs we've gone and raced at this year have been just huge. Some of the races we've been to, it's been packed grandstands, and it's neat for drivers to, when you do your parade lap and look up and there's all those fans and stuff there to watch you do what you love to do. It makes it even more special. But yeah, I think this year is going to be a good year.
Absolutely. And I think it's already proven to be, but I think it's going to get better as it goes on. Jason, let's go back for just a couple of minutes, and then we'll come forward. And by that, I mean, let's go back. You and I go back a long way. I've known you since you were still in high school racing late models. I've told the story before, but I'll tell it again. There's a couple of times when you raced on a Saturday night and you immediately went to prom that night. Now, I don't think Kelly was your date, but
nope. I never went to the dance. I got dressed up and I did the dinner thing, and then I didn't want to miss my races, so I ended up going to the racetrack and racing. That was just that's my thing. I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'm a very good dancer, anyways, but I've always, that's all I think about, racing. So that's what I did.
Well, you may not be a good dancer, brother, but you're a dang good driver. So you made the right choice going to the races instead. But
I think so.
You absolutely did. But I will never forget those stories, because it's like, oh my gosh, he's out here driving and he just had prom. What the heck is going on? But anyway,
yeah.
Back in those days, Jason, you were the student, so to speak. And of course you're like I am. 24 years in broadcasting, I'm still a student of what I do. I want to learn every day how to be better, things I can do different. You're the same way behind the wheel of your car, or even when you're not behind the wheel, when you're working on it or whatever. You're a student of what you do and the sport that you love so much. Back then, though, you were a bigger student because you were learning from the veterans. You were learning from people who'd been around the sport for a long time. Now, my brother, after all these years, and you have been in this position for quite a while, you are the veteran. You are the one that people are looking to from the younger side, going, okay, Jason, how do I do this? How do I do that? How does that feel? What kind of a transition is that in your own mind to go, man, it wasn't that long ago when I was asking these questions, and now here I am kind of being the guide of all this?
I think it's cool. I don't know, where I would think I'm at in my racing career, but I do know that 21 years in a late model has gone awful fast. When we started, there was just a lot of good guys we raced against all the time, and you have to learn pretty quick in order to even be competitive. But I'd like to think that now, when we go and unload, we have a chance to win everywhere we go. The technology part of it has really picked up. You still have to have really smart people around you and really good people to help you get information. But I think it's cool. I like helping people too. I mean, if it's anything from us helping people make bodies or do stuff when we have spare time, or anybody that has any questions, sometimes at the racetrack I might be a little different because I'm kind of in my own zone, and my guys do what they always do and leave me to just focus on the racing part of it. But I'd like to help anybody and everybody anytime they need it. But that's the other thing about racing in general. All the people are so good to you in all the classes. I don't think it ever happens where if somebody breaks or does something, you can't find some people that are willing to lend a hand or lend you the part to get you back going and racing. And I see that all the time, even in all the classes. Everybody just is willing to help people to get back going because everybody loves it so much, and they're just willing to lend a hand because they want to see everybody succeed and have fun.
Jason, you know this all too well, and I don't say this flippantly in any way, shape, or form, but of all the sports out there, and I'm a huge fan of several sports. I'm a huge fan of the NFL, of NCAA football, all that kind of stuff. I don't think there are any more dedicated fans than there are the fans of racing to their sport. They not only are there in every sense of the word as a family, but they also support those that support their sport. If there's a product that's sponsoring, if whatever it may be, they are so family oriented and so dedicated to the passion of their sport that's just what their life is. And I don't think there's any more dedicated fans than race fans.
No, I agree with you 100%. I think the race fans are the greatest in in the world, and they're awesome. All my fans that I have, I absolutely love it. It's so cool to see the kids and the adults come down and the excitement they show. That's why we do it. You know, when it's all said and done, I just want to be the guy that people got to come down and hang out with and have fun with, and just I'm very fortunate to have the wife and kid and parents and sponsors and fans that want us to keep doing what we're doing and make it so enjoyable for us to do it, and make everybody get some sort of joy out of it, because it is a hobby, but we have a really fun time doing it. We've been pretty successful at it, and it's just fun for everybody involved, and that's why we're here, to have fun.
Absolutely. Jason, I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, though, I want to talk real quick about some of the changes that you have experienced, that you see from 21 years ago when you first got in the late model to where you're at right now. Plus, I want to close out like we do, and you know this, being on the show like you have many times. I want to close out talking about the people that put you on the track. That's your sponsors, that's your crew, that's your family, your support system, the whole works. And Lord knows you've got a list as long as roll of Bounty, extra absorbent, man. You got a full list there. So
That's right. I love them all.
And you should, brother. They put you out there every single week. You know that. We're going to talk about them when we come back as well. Stay right here on the On the Go Lock and Key Last Lap show. Jason HAHNE, our featured guest for tonight. Back with more on Iowa's favorite country, K97. Got about 7 minutes left on the go lock and key last lap show for tonight. Again, our very special guest, the driver of the number 76 late model, Jason HAHNE, on with us. Don't forget, though, got about 7 minutes to still comment if you're watching on our video stream at our Facebook page, Iowa's Favorite Country 397 on Facebook, or my Darren on Air Facebook page. That's DARREN on AIR. Of course, if you haven't liked either one of those pages, please do so. And you can start watching the on-the-go lock and key last lap show with us every single week. Well, every week I give away a prize on our video stream as well. And I do it by asking you to chime in with an answer to a question. Then randomly, when the show is over, a winner is selected for the prize of that night. Tonight, Jason, I've got a couple of pop passes to the Franklin County Fair. Man, they got some big stuff going on. They got some rodeo action starting Wednesday night. They've got Dialed In Sports Team on Thursday night. That's some motocross and things like that. Friday is the man, Trace Atkins, going to be performing. Saturday is going to be Riley Green, who's a fantastic artist. He's going to be performing. Sunday is Gunderson Racing, figure eights and cruiser car races. All this in Hampton at the Franklin County Fair. These pop passes are good for all of those events. Get you into every single one. You don't have to go to every one. You can go to any one that you want, but just know you can go to all of them with what I'm holding in my hand right now. And what I've been asking tonight is, racing aside, what is your favorite part of the fair? Whatever is your favorite fair, whatever county it may be, maybe it's a state fair. What is your favorite part of that racing aside? So, Jason, I got to ask you as well. I know for you, most fairs are just racing. That's about what you have time to do. But tell me off the top of your head, man, it's racing aside, what's your favorite part of the fair?
Probably the rides.
Are they awesome?
Yeah. There's a lot of different ones, so I like the rides. That's just, I have to go on them because my kid goes on them so much now. So,
so you got to go on like the little cars and the little.
Oh yeah, I get to do everything. We've been to Adventureland this year, and I got to go on about everything. So
see, and that's what it's all about when you got kids. You enjoy it, man, because there she is. Hi, Alma. How are you? How are you, sweetheart?
You can talk. Well, she can't hear.
Oh, she can't hear. How you doing, Ella? Can you hear me now? You doing okay? You got Dad at Adventureland, got him on all the rides, huh?
You get me on all the rides at Adventureland?
No.
She went on the Falling Star. She went on the Tornado.
I did not like it.
She didn't like it, but she went on the Tornado and the Falling Star and the what's that big ship one? The Galleon?
The Galleon, yeah.
The Galleon. We went on that new one, the Phoenix. Yeah, so she did.
Here's a little bit of trivia or a little factoid for you that you won't give two rips about, and that is I worked at Adventureland between my freshman and sophomore year of college, right? And that was the first year they had the Galleon. I know.
Oh, really?
You don't care, but yeah, so that was 1985, the summer of 85, and that was the first year of the Galleon. So that tells you how long the Galleon's been right there at Adventureland. Been a long time. And Ella, you did not like the Tornado?
I did not.
Oh, that's one of the funnest roller coasters anywhere. Are you kidding?
She barely makes the height requirement, but she did pretty good. She held on with all her, she held on pretty good, but I was surprised she even wanted to go on it. We didn't do any of them. They went upside down, but she did that. And then she was like, all right, that's it. We're going to the water park. So that was.
I did not even want to eat lunch.
Nope. She didn't even want to eat lunch.
Roller coaster because of the Tornado? Do they still have the dog right there at the gate with the finger pointing for the height? Is that how they still do it?
I think so. And then you walk through like a little garden type thing under the bridge. And then, then you got to sit there and watch them the whole time as the thing clanks going up the hill to go back down. So
I'm gonna give you,
she did it.
Oh, good for you, Ella. That's awesome. It is a big roller coaster though, isn't it?
It is.
Where were you on the train? Where are you, at the front, the back, the middle? Where were you?
Where were you on the roller coaster? Towards the back?
What train?
On the Tornado. We were towards the back. Coaster. Yeah, we were on the back.
See, and that was your first time on the roller coaster?
Yeah.
Oh, see that, that was the problem right there. Because people like to think, oh, if I get on the front, that's going to be the funnest. Well, no, because when you come over that hill, the front is about halfway down.
Right.
So the back catches all the turbulence and everything.
Yeah.
That's the rough ride. Oh, no wonder you didn't like it. You got the
rough ride. She got the full effect.
Well, God bless you, sister, for even being gutsy enough to go on that. That's a big old roller coaster.
Oh, yeah.
And you didn't even want to eat lunch, but you still did, didn't you? Oh, you didn't?
I think she just had Dippin' Dots.
Oh, well, that's lunch.
That's right.
No, that was after the swing park.
Oh,
that
after.
was
Yeah. Okay.
after the swim parks. You got
Right.
to go to Adventure Bay and the whole works, man. That's
Yep.
awesome.
Made a day of it.
That's awesome. Fantastic. Now, Ella, I asked your dad right at the very beginning, there's no Paw Patrols on his car this year. What's going on? Are you out of Paw Patrol?
I don't know.
It's not your thing anymore, huh?
Right? It's not my thing anymore.
It's not your thing anymore. Maybe you should put like a tornado roller coaster on that thing because you conquered that.
You're silly.
Jason, real quick, let's talk about the things that you've seen change over the years. I know one thing you've seen change since your 21 years of behind the wheel of a late model is what's sitting right there with you. You didn't have Ella 21 years ago when you all started. But as far as the racing itself, what is different now than what it used to be when you first got on the track?
I think technology. I don't know if it's actually if we're going much faster than we used to when we started. I mean, it may seem like we're going a little faster, but just the cars, the chassis themselves, and the technology that's gone into them, and the suspension, the shocks, and the springs, and what you can do with them. Basically now you almost have to have a spring smasher, which we luckily have one in our shop to set the shocks up with the spring combinations you can put on a shock. The cost of shocks, but now you can do a lot more with one than you could before with a single, coilover shock in the past. But it's just the technology has come a long ways, and you got to know your geometry, and you got to know your load numbers for wheels and tires, and you got to be able to process that and make it fit to the driver, to make it better. But everybody's just got a lot of engineering that goes into it. These chassis now are getting put on pull down rigs that like NASCAR does, and they have chassis dynos, and guys are doing that to run the engines and check all that. It's just everything's really progressed engineering wise and mechanically to try and get the most out of what you have. And I see that, and it's kind of gotten carried away, and I worry about it costing too much for somebody that wants to get started in it again. But they try and keep things pretty in retrospect, trying to keep things close so it's still manageable for the guys to do it. But it's you spend what you want to on trying to get what you want. You can still get there without having all the high dollar things, because we're a pretty low budget operation. We just have the things that we think are a necessity for us to get where we need to be, and have the information to relay to our chassis guy and our shock guy to make the adjustments and tuning on our car to make it as good as we can.
And you brought up so many important things there, Jason, too, because for fans sitting in the stands, me being one of them, or me sitting at home watching, I'm a huge fan of the Raiders. I sit there and pick apart everything the Raiders are doing wrong. Of course, because I know it all, right? Because I'm sitting there enjoying it. Right. I couldn't tie Derek's Carr's shoes or his cleats on my best day and my youngest day. Right. I couldn't begin to, but I know it all as a fan, right? But there's so much more, as you're pointing out, that goes into getting that car on the track. I mean, it's not just getting behind the wheel and making it go. There's a lot that goes into your setup and the whole works that makes it happen. And man, none of us in the stands that are sitting there saying, "Oh, I should do this and do that," could probably come down and do this and do that. It's just it's more difficult than it seems.
It is. It is. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of things. Each shock, we can adjust the rebound and compression for every shock that's on the car. And I have, there's 7 on my car. So, but 6. But yeah, you can change and adjust any one of those. There's any amount of spring combinations you can put on top of each other, and it's crazy. There's a lot. You can tune yourself out just as fast as you can tune yourself in, and that's the difference of winning a race or not.
Jason, can you even imagine where the sport is going to be 21 years from now?
No, that's yeah. I mean, the bodies have stayed pretty similar. I mean, Performance has done some pretty good things with the molds on the nose and stuff, and made them pretty good. Late models, if you get on bigger tracks, can get pretty aero dependent, and you can take air off of cars pretty easy with how big our noses are and stuff. But the bodies have been pretty close, and looked fairly close to the same. But yeah, I don't know what the cars and shocks and what they'll have going on in 20 years.
It's almost crazy to think about it, and actually probably almost impossible to think about too when you think about how far it's come from 21 years ago when you first started. But Brother, you know better than I do. It takes a lot of people to put that number 76 on the track every week, everywhere you go. And without them, well, it just doesn't happen. So let's run down, of course, all your support system, which is extremely important. And, of course, all the sponsors who've got their name on your car making it happen as well.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, my wife Kelly and my daughter Ella, they've backed me from day one and been by my side and supported me through everything. So, and then also my mom and my dad have been a great part of my racing career, and have taught me a lot of being the man that I am. So that's helped. And then I got some of the best crew I could ever ask for that have been with me for a long time, that are here, doing things when they could be doing something else. But Jake and Woody and Barney, those guys have just been with me through it all. And I got Burke, Burke Plain Plumbing and Asylum Signs. He helps too, and he's, like I said, printing a wrap right now, and he keeps our car looking good. So at least if we're slow, we look good. So that always helps. Then I got Gerber Auto, Rick HAHNE Calls, Anderson Farms and CDs, Larry Brim Family. He's been with me since I started. State Farm with Jerry Goebel here in Webster City. Stein Heating and Cooling here in Webster City. They just actually put a new air conditioning unit in my house, and it's awesome. We had her birthday party, and that helped out a bunch. So then my aunt and uncle, Tom and Holly Remmenschneider, Tim Michelson, Roger and Tammy Conklin with Conklin Express, K&M Ag and the Bustrom boys, Carl Customs, Carl Chevrolet, Majeski Tire, the Willems family, which is my wife's family. They're Ron and Lynette and all of her sisters are all great. Oh, okay, your grandma, sorry. New Tech Seed, Dinsdale Family Farms, JDK Services, Energen Solar here in Webster City, K&H, Woody's brothers, Tim and Scott, we call them the investors, Chamness, Holmes, Hawkman, Jordan, Brett, and Kenny for the hero cards and the photos and videos, TD. I got Swift Springs, Weir's Machine, Kaiser Wheels, Fast Shafts, Axle Exchange, Penske Shocks by Nick, Snake Racing Bodies, and Rockets by MME and Gorsuch Performance.
Dude, yeah, that's why I said at the very beginning, you got a long list. And as I was taught by the Terminator, Mark Elliott, many, many years ago, the sponsors on a person's list, on a person's car, speaks volumes for not only them as a driver, but them as a person with character, because nobody's going to put their name behind or with somebody that they don't have a lot of faith with and faith in on the track, and also in life in general. So you obviously have a lot of people that know you are a high class, a very classy guy, and not only that, but a great driver as well. So kudos for having an amazing list like you always do. I know you and I talked at the very beginning of tonight, Jason, that you got a lot of set up tour time, so to speak, for the car and ready to go. So I wish you all the best in that, man. You're one of those guys that you're one of my favorite people to have on this show, flat out, dude. I mean that because not only because we're friends, but because I love talking with you about the sport, because every time we talk, every syllable that comes out of your mouth, I can see the passion for what you have, for what you do. And man, it's so much fun just to chat with you about racing and chat with you about life in general. And that's why I try to get you on at least once a year, just because you're just such a great guy to have on. And before we let you go here, a lot of the comments tonight, of course, have been based on the question that I asked and the prize I'm giving away. We've got one guy here that says, what's up, Hollywood?
How's it going?
There you go. And then we got another person here who says, one of the nicest and friendliest drivers out there. Nice to call Jason my friend. That's from Rick. So there you go.
Yep, I know Rick. He's a very nice guy himself. It's always fun to see him at the racetrack. I appreciate you having us. It's very easy for me to talk about something that I love and passionate about. So thanks for having us. Thanks for having the race show and doing what you're doing to keep the good word out about auto racing and the racing around our area. And yeah, it's great.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You know, as I tell you every time, on the air and off the air, you're welcome on the show anytime. And Ella, you are even more welcome on this show anytime. Someday it's just going to be you and I on this show talking away, all right? We're going to talk about roller coasters and all that fun stuff.
Maybe.
Maybe. Hey, happy belated birthday to you, too. Did you have a good birthday?
Yeah.
Good. What are you, 17 now?
7.
Oh,
yeah, 7 going on 17. 7. Yeah, that's it.
That's how it works, Jason. That's how it works,
know it.
Man.
It goes quick.
Raised my kids, and they were the same way. 7 going on 27. You know, they knew it all. That's cool though. Ella, you have a great rest of your summer there, kid. Okay, you enjoy the fair coming up, and then back to school. She frowned on that one.
That's
Okay.
right. She
Don't-
likes the
don't thi-
summer thing.
Don't think about back to school. Just think about the summer fun, the fairs, the pool, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I like it because I just started taking swimming lessons.
Did you really? Good for you. What have you learned so far?
She told something about like a, what was it, a butterfly? Soldier? Duck?
Airplane.
I don't know what all that does, but soldier, duck, airplane. So we're making big strides.
You know how I swim, Ella? This is how I swim. It's splash and sink. That's exactly how mine goes. You guys have a great rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of the race season, and I'll see you guys probably at the fair coming up in a very short time. All right.
Cool. Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, anytime, my brother. Anytime. Bye, Ella.
Bye.
All right. See you later, sweetheart. She is so cool. So is Jason, man. Big thanks to Jason HAHNE and Ella for being on tonight. Of course, Kelly, his wonderful wife as well, for being the support kind of behind the scenes in many, many ways. And he's one of the favorite drivers at the tracks and he races on for a reason. Just a great guy all the way around. Coming up next week, we got another, of course, great guest right here on the On the Go Lock and Key Last Lap show. And don't forget, coming up in just a few minutes, I am going to randomly find a winner for these 2 pop passes to the fabulous Franklin County Fair going on with great, great entertainment through the entire time. And these pop passes get you into one or all of their grandstand events, including Trace Atkins, Riley Green, some racing action, some rodeo action, just lots of neat things going on in Hampton at the Franklin County Fair. And again, a big thanks to them for passing those on to us to pass on to you. Once again, I couldn't do this show every single Monday night without my sponsors who make it happen. Big thanks to On the Go Lock and Key, my friend Mitch, and him being the title sponsor for this show every Monday night. Stumpy's Bar and Grill. Stumpy, you better have my burger ready in about 20 minutes. Stumpy's Party Buses, Stump Snow and Mow, and our track sponsors, the historic Hamilton County Speedway. To Todd and Janet Staley and their team, thank you so much. Poplar Grove Speedway in Camrar. Of course, Tim and Holly Mortensen, they are amazing as well. Sports Park Raceway here in Fort Dodge. Of course, Brian and Jeff, you guys are incredible. Doing a great job keeping racing in Fort Dodge. And, of course, the Webster County Fairgrounds and their figure eights as well. And don't forget, Webster County Fair does start this week. I got a couple of great broadcasts coming up from there. I'm so looking forward to being with my friends at the Webster County Fairgrounds for some broadcasts later on this week. And, of course, I couldn't do this show without you as well. Big thank you to each and every one of you who tune us in, either through the audio ways or through the video streams as well on the On the Go Lock and Key Last Lap show. Don't forget, tomorrow at 6 o'clock, I do my normal gig. That is the morning train with myself and you. So make sure you're on with me starting at 6 o'clock. I'm on 6 to 10. Take an hour ride every single day. Tomorrow is Tell Me What You Think Tuesday. Great topic, as always, for you to chime in on tomorrow on our morning train. Until then, I need you to have a great rest of your night, but I do need you to be safe, and I think you know why, because I need you back here with me tomorrow morning on the morning train, because without you, well, I'm just a dude that rides that rail all alone, and believe me when I say that is never any fun. Don't forget, every person you come in contact with every single day is fighting battles that you have no idea about. So please, please be kind. God bless everybody.